I started playing hockey in Saskatchewan. I'm just a little guy, and I was interesting because when I was really young, I just fell in love with the game. Playing outside, playing street hockey, playing shinny on the outdoor rink was just a joy, and I can remember feet freezing, your nose frozen, but I loved it. And I just fell in love with the game at a young age, and so it's always been part of my life since then. I started coaching Pee Wee hockey here in Saskatoon. I was teaching at Aidan-Bowman Collegiate, and I was asked to coach a Pee Wee team, which I never thought I would do, and I did. And I really, really enjoyed it, So I hung in there with youth hockey for a few years, and then, eventually you just move your way up, and then you're forced to some career decisions. I was a teacher by trade, and finally I had to make a decision. Am I going to stay in teaching or go into coaching full-time? And I went into coaching full-time. I'm lucky to have worked with people that have put a lot of time into the development of the game in hockey, and I've always felt that's part of my duty as well. And probably the greatest satisfaction for me, nothing to do with any championships you've won or things like that. To me, the greatest satisfaction is when I watch guys I've coached go into coaching, because then you know you must have done something right. When I first started coaching full-time, I got a chance to work with Claire Drake, the famous coach at the University of Alberta. And man, I learned so much in a summer camp with him that it just clicked that this was a great game. There's lots more to learn. I thought as a player I knew quite a bit. When I worked with Claire for about 2 weeks in Edmonton, I realized there's a lot here that I didn't know. And he was really an inspiration to me. And then I'd say probably George Kingston, Dr. George Kingston, University of Calgary, another guy who influenced my career a lot. And they were just fine gentlemen that loved the game, and they were never afraid to tell people what they were doing. They were so confident that they could teach it better than anybody else. They would go to coaching conferences and give people all this information. It took them years to work on and to refine, and they gave it away just because they tried to put something back into the game. Yeah, I think it's better now. I think in many ways. I think the fact that we have, now we enforce the rules. There's almost zero tolerance now. Smaller players can play where they couldn't play, years ago. I think the game is exciting for fans, and I like the way the game is evolving. And I'll tell you, the quality of coaching has gone way, way up. And I'm talking from the children right up to the professional levels. I think that's important to the game because when coaches are more educated and better at it, the kids have more fun. When the kids have more fun, they stay in the game longer. When they stay in the game longer, it's good for the game. Well, it's a terrific honor. I feel really privileged to be in that with that group. I've seen, the list of people that have gone in the past, and goodness, there's some really good people. In this year's inductions, there's some great people. I know a lot of these guys, Jackie McLeod and people like that, and so it's an honor, and I'm looking forward to the banquet, and I'm going to see a lot of old friends there and old familiar faces, and it certainly is for my family a terrific thing.
Inducted as a builder, Dave King coached Canada's national junior team to gold and bronze medals, and as an Olympic head coach, he won a silver medal. He has coached the Calgary Flames and Columbus Blue Jackets, and currently coaches Lokomotiv Moscow in the KHL.